Good afternoon. It is time for our Disney planning video. It's unfortunately not Friday afternoon as I thought it would be. I am a bit late on that. Apologies, but it is now time to do it. So as I said, next week is booking day for our reservations. Next Friday. So today what I wanted to kind of walk through is just the final look at, we'll see it down there below me, the spreadsheet that I've been creating, that I've referenced a number of times. This basically is our plan for the 2 weeks that we're there. So as you just have a look through, I'll zoom in some. The first section is each day, each park that has magic hours that day, which park we're planning to go to that day, and what time we are planning to try to get there. So you can see from that that most days throughout the time we are planning to hit the Extra Magic Hours Park. We're staying on site, so, well, if we can, why wouldn't we? So you can see there are a couple exceptions though. The first day, obviously Friday, we're traveling, so we're not actually going to get to a park that day. So our first actual day of the holiday, sorry Animal Kingdom, but no. First day, we are going to hit the Magic Kingdom. That's just a given. That's going to be where we're going to go first. Following up that, Hollywood, Animal, Epcot, Magic Kingdom again. Then we're planning kind of a resorts relaxation, kind of a calm down day. Magic Kingdom again. Don't really know what we're planning to do on the Saturday. You'll see further down, we've got a lot planned for the Friday night, so we're kind of going to take it easy on Saturday. Hollywood again, Animal, Epcot, Magic. Another unplanned day right at the end to catch anything that we haven't caught during the time that we've been there. Dogs are going mad in the background. And then finally the travel day when we are coming home. Now then, so that is the very basic what park we're planning each day. If we then go down a bit on the spreadsheet, the next thing we have is meals. So this is the part that becomes key next Friday. Next Friday is when we need to start booking our table services. Now, anyone who is a veteran of Walt Disney World will know that, looking at my list, we're not necessarily hitting up some of the top, kind of most popular places. Some of these are very popular, but we're skipping out on things like the Be Our Guest and the Royal Table and the Accursus. Those just, we did them the last time that we were there. I've been very honest, Be Our Guest did not impress me. And the Royal Table, although it was brilliant for our granddaughter, is just not something that my wife and I are rushing to do again. So, you'll notice in here that I've flagged things that are either not booked, and then TBL for table service, or just marked that they are quick service. Now, quick service is obviously you don't have to book, with the exception of Be Our Guest. So for those, I'm not really worried about it. But the table services, I've started to put down a time on here, and that's the time that I want to try to book for next Friday. May not get all of those. We'll have to wait and see. But hopefully, I will get most of those that I am interested in. Really hope I do get the majority of them at least. So we've got Crystal Palace. Now that is before the park opens. Some people may not be aware that you can actually book meals before the park opens. A lot of parks open at 9. You can book meals starting at 8:15. That does mean in some cases that you can eat and actually get out into the park before the gates open. and you can use that as a chance to get to a ride line before the crowds hit. So we've got Crystal Palace to book, then we've got 50s Primetime Cafe at Hollywood Studios, Tusker House and Yak and Yeti, the Garden Grill. Then we have the Dine in the Sky dining package. That's a brilliant one that I've already talked about that we're looking forward to booking. And then we have a busy day on this one. Fort Wilderness Trails End and T-Rex in the evening. You'll notice if we scroll back up, that's that Resorts and Springs day that I talked about. So it's a non-park day, bit of relaxing, bit of time at Disney Springs. Fort Wilderness is the resort that we're staying at, so it would be having breakfast there and then heading off to Disney Springs for the day. Jumping back into the Magic Kingdom, Sleepy Hollow, Columbia House, Tony's Town Square. This is that Friday night that I mentioned. And if I jump ahead, there we are. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Now I'll talk a bit more about what that bottom column is all about later. But that's the day we are planning to go to the Halloween party. That's also then the day that we have a non-park day booked afterwards, so that we can take it a bit easy after that. I am saying that we're going to book breakfast, and we are going to go to the barbecue that night. Breakfast may end up being hit or miss, depending on how late we are at the party and how tired we are the next morning. I might even try to push it back to maybe a 10 o'clock breakfast and see how we go. Following that, the Hoop-de-Doo music review, another 2-credit dining meal, nothing to book the next couple of days after that, and then a breakfast at Ohana. So that is our meals. That's the part that comes due next Friday that I really need to focus on making sure is right. Further down the spreadsheet, then, we hit Fast Passes, which I don't book for another, excuse me, I don't book for another 90 days. So I still have some time to play with those, but as you can see, I'm starting to fill in some of the boxes on there at least. And then the bottom section of the spreadsheet that I've got highlights. So the Tiki Room doesn't really need a fast pass. It's not popular enough to be busy enough for that, but it's something I really want to make sure that we do, so I've knocked it on the list. Characters. If we are going to any meals and any characters, I've listed them here. If they're in red, that means that we do not already have their autograph. We've not met them previously. Obviously, it helps to keep track of that. And any notes, anything else that we want to do on the day. So, first day in the parks, Aloha Isle, Dole Whip. Donald Duck, that's Tusker House. Again, a couple more places, Fiesta Tour, Journey into Imagination. They don't need fast passes, but I want to do them. Drinking Around the World in Epcot. Something that we've heard about, but we've never done, so worth a try. Keys to the Kingdom Tour, the same thing. Looking forward to giving that a try. Halloween party I already mentioned. Excuse me. That's that day that I mentioned. We have a relaxing kind of non-park day again. They do an archery course at our resort, or they do a cake making course at Disney Springs. We figure we'll do one of those or the other. Not sure which one yet. Lady and the Tramp's autographs at Tony's. That's something that we actually missed the last time we were there. We forgot all about it. So, for those who are not aware, if you're eating at Tony's, you can actually ask for Lady and the Tramp's autographs, and they will take your autograph book out to the back where the Lady and the Tramp are, and they'll get their paw prints for you. Many apologies. A few more characters, not a lot of notes added there yet, but I just wanted to walk through that, obviously with a week to go, show you how it's progressed since I started it, however many months ago now. I mentioned it in one of my very early videos, and I think I might have even shown it, but I think it looked very different at the time. So there you are. If anyone is interested in getting a copy of this spreadsheet to use for their own vacation, by all means, it's not an overly complicated one, but I'm happy to share it. I've also got a couple other tabs where I have included some details This one is quite important to us. If you can see it, I'll zoom in a bit. Just because whenever I'm looking at fast passes, I'm looking at what are the top priority, second tier, and low priorities. Looking at what rides have what wheelchair access. Very important, as my wife, as I said, is in a wheelchair. And then, have we ridden them before? If it's a yes, then obviously we know it's okay. If it's a no, maybe it's not. We need to do a bit more research. So that's all included, along with some recommendations and some top list that I've seen from a number of different places that I've gathered up together. So that's all included, and by all means, anyone's interested, give me a shout. I'm happy to share it, or just pause the video at any point and you can kind of see what I've done with it. The next video will be next Friday. That will be when I am booking, and what I plan to do is actually turn on the video editor and record live as I'm booking, talk through what I'm doing, kind of as I'm getting things, as I'm not getting things, as I'm adjusting things, and hopefully that will be beneficial to someone who has that coming up in the future. Until then, have a great week and enjoy.